Welcome back to Mango Plays The Sims 4, and today we have a build episode. I'm very excited to see what you guys think. I had a sort of brief idea in mind for what I wanted to do. As you can see here, I'm trying to work out where to place the lot. I go through several iterations during this build. I kind of had, what's the right word? The inability to make a decision probably is the correct wording for it. Ended up actually changing how the sort of corrugated even boxes were kind of laid out in the end, which I think worked. Maybe a little bit of an issue, but hey, it's The Sims. It can't be perfect. I mean, it can, but I can't clearly make it perfect. So the key goal for me today was to actually create a proper living space for both Eden and Storm, and also to ignore my phone going off, but also to create a wonderful sort of area for both Nox and Flora. I kind of succeeded, but you will see very quickly how much my money ends up being, well, ruined, basically. Here I am trying to work out what I kind of wanted, which was a way to get up nice and easily and have a bathroom. So the idea was that the kids would have a shared bathroom on the ground floor, which would mean that Storm, whilst he's a toddler, can access the bathroom no problem. And Eden would be able to access a bathroom easily as well without having to go into a parent's bedroom, because that just seems weird to me. So Storm's bedroom will be on the ground floor. I'm currently keeping both of them on the ground floor because Eden needs to age up. But you will see Eden's little room very shortly. I definitely need to learn a bit about building and placement. I know there's some tips and tricks that I just don't know yet, so I definitely need to learn that. But I really did actually have quite a lot of fun, until I ran out of money, of course, building and creating an area for the kids and for the outside. Now you'll see that I mostly worked on the outside because the outside has been lacking to me. It's just this brown slab, which honestly just doesn't appeal to me. And I've just been wanting to update, and here you can see I've been changing the colors out there. I've been wanting to update the ground for a while and the outside, and it just hasn't happened. And I'm really excited that I finally got round to it. I was very excited to get onto it, and you'll see that I was so excited that I spent near enough my whole budget on it, to be fair. I think I ended up spending about 10k on this section here in the indoors. Now where on the sort of, I can see where I'm putting the Eden's bedroom is where the flamingo is right now. But on the opposite side is where I'm planning to put Nox's office, and the sort of room to the left of Eden's bedroom that I'm now currently going to be designing is sort of like a little hallway room. The one that's sort of parallel with Flora's sort of workspace is going to be sort of like a play area, kids zone, and whatnot, sort of like hobbies, etc. And then we have Nox's office as well. So actually it's going to end up being quite nice. Now I went for my first bunk bed. I was so excited. I had one of these beds growing up as a kid and I loved it, although mine was sort of like a hideaway thing, which was great fun. But you know, this is The Sims, they can only do so much. And I fell in love with this orange bed with the baseballs on it, and then the sort of mountaineering wallpaper. And I think like I kind of want to make Eden a sporty sim because of it. I don't know, like I really fell in love, and I'm like, you know, at the end of the day, Eden is just about to age up into a child. They will inevitably change their mind about what they enjoy and don't enjoy over the next sort of like couple of weeks in game. So, you know, maybe Eden will gravitate to something else. But at the moment, I really, really fell in love with a kind of sporty look here. Now, I don't build often in The Sims. I've spoken about this before. And I'm trying to find the love for building. Most of the time, what I used to do when I played The Sims before recording for it was I would just use one of the Sims starter houses, and that's it. I didn't even really redecorate, but I have been finding the joy of doing it. But also, there is a lot of pain. There's a lot of bugs, I think, in The Sims overall, but especially in the build mode for me. So yeah, but hey, I got some lighting. I definitely think putting windows on the top just feels more comfortable to me, because I feel like, you know, there's sort of like a distance maybe. Like if you put ground floor windows, I feel like someone can just stand outside and be creepy. So I think ended up removing all of the windows from Little Storm's room down below. I just felt like it was a bit weird. And I don't know whether or not I'm going to want to actually move Flora and Nox's bedroom upstairs as well. But for the moment, I've left the ground floor pretty much as was, so you recognize it. And here's me trying to understand the rugs, right? I spent so long trying to understand the rugs, but hey. So now I'm trying to A, fight with the camera, and B, work out exactly what I wanted to do in regards to the sort of remaining items that were in my inventory or just sort of dotted around that belong to Eden. I do kind of believe in you do kind of give down your items to the younger siblings, but not all of them. You would keep maybe like the teddy that you really sort of loved. You'll keep like your favorite blankie, you know, those types of things you'll keep yourself. Your bookshelf maybe, which is why I ended up keeping the bookshelf. I really loved this bookshelf as well. So and it had a really nice blue swatch, which worked really well. So I ended up going for this little dresser because I thought that would be good. We got Laughy because, again, as I said, like, it's just some things that I thought, you know, you'd keep into your childhood, if not into your teens. So yeah, and I spent ages trying to work out the best decorations. I think I need to spend a lot more time, but we got a calendar, we got a few bits and pieces you'll see me pop it on, but I kind of was trying to channel my inner sort of child, not teen years, and there was a lot I think that my parents did when I was sort of this age, child, rather than sort of toddler. Obviously toddler parents do everything decorations wise, but I know that there was a few things I definitely put in. So there's a couple of bits and pieces that you'll see in a sec that I sort of find, and I'm like, okay, that to me feels more like the child would choose. So those boxes on the left, definitely adults, but the little baby Yoda, which I found, which I thought was hilarious, definitely I think would be like, you know, something maybe Nox bought it for her. You know, they went on a day out and she was like, I want that. And so Nox bought it for her, as we all do for kids and nephews and nieces, and, you know, we just do. Let's face it. Now, I think I kind of have decided that bedroom's finished enough, because I'm now down to 22,000 simoleons, and I know how much more there is left to do. You remember that my plans were to include a playroom, include Nox's office. It was to include, obviously, the new sort of like reshape, the new bedroom, and it was to include great lots of outdoor landscaping along the lines of sort of things like the wellness area that I really wanted to create, the dog zone, and what else did I want to create? Sort of like an eatery area, a kids area. Like, I desperately want to do a lot with this lot, maybe too much, Here I'm moving the birth certificates out of the bathroom because I think at this point you are going to end up moving it to maybe the adult. You know, the parents are going to be the ones that are going to care about that, was kind of my thought. And here I am with the bane of my life, which is bathrooms. I feel in The Sims. I don't know why bathrooms give me such difficulty. I feel like it's maybe because it's such a small space. And I feel like I don't have the items that, as a British person, I'm used to existing. And also doors, right? You can see here, right? I've now we're just fiddling with doors. Doors, for some reason, in The Sims, they're so expensive, and I don't understand why. And I don't want to spend 400 simoleans on a door, and it's just, I don't know. But hey, here I am, it's about to start working on a little clutter, putting the toilet roll on in because, you know, for some reason, I have not had toilet roll for my Sims this whole time. I feel guilty. I'm sorry, guys. And this here, bane of my life, shelf. I really like this shelf. I'm like, okay, I want to find a place to put it. It's not the right shelf for above the bath. I find a different one. I'm like, there we go. That's a perfect place for that type of shelf. Now, what do I want on it? I want towels. You see me in a moment. I found some towels. Can I get the towel in? No, I cannot. Try a different towel. Can't get it in. Well, okay, that shelf is out. What about the shelf that has pre-towels on it? Didn't like it. Just did not like the look of it. So, in the end, I ended up going for a whole different shelf component, which you'll see me find in a moment. There it is from the new spa pack I've bought. Although it's not new, but it's new to me. There we go. So learning how to put things on shelves and the right positioning is something I need to learn. You can see that I found something I thought would work for Eden there, and just ended up going back to dealing in Eden's room. I think I do this quite a lot, is I go back to putting more stuff in Eden's room. It's just hilarious. I found some really nice clutters, so I've just been putting that on the shelf. This shelf worked quite well for me. I kind of understood how to get things onto the shelf, which was good. But you kind of can't... I mean, I get the fact it's a game, there's restrictions, but I don't know. For me, I was just like, I want to put more clutter on that shelf. Like, I can only fit like 3 items. I'm like, well, that's not fair. But hey, so I think I definitely either need to get more CC or more packs, because like the amount of wallpapers and doors and stuff, it feels very limiting. I guess that will be the fun of me, as I sort of said in the past, in previous, I was going to say playthroughs. We haven't done previous playthroughs. Previous episodes. That is kind of what I'm doing over time. I'm not going to just mass buy them because A, I can't afford it. I don't know if you guys seen how much it costs. But B, I just kind of want to make it make sense, because I don't want to just add all of these new features in one sort of go, because it'll be a bit mad. So there we go. I think at this point I've pretty much decided that everything's sort of done in regards to Eden's zone and Storm's zone for the moment. You can see how sort of like great Eden's bedroom is to the rest of the place. It's just so bare, and it doesn't get much better, guys. I'm sorry, it really doesn't. But I do the little hallway. You'll see actually in a bit that I end up trying something completely different, because I'm like, I want a corridor. I don't have corridors. I don't want to have to keep walking through rooms, like interrupting. If you imagine like in real life, the floor plan, you wouldn't be doing that. It would be very sort of disturbing to walk through the playroom, for example, to get to your office. So I was trying to find something else. I actually did this build in 3 sessions of about an hour each session. I'm not the fastest builder, so I'm sure other people who are much more skilled at it would do what I did in, like, I don't know, an hour. But it took me, as I said, about 3 hours in 3 sessions. And so, like, when I come back to each sort of like, to each time, I come at it with a different angle, a different idea. And that maybe it's a bad move, or maybe it's a good one. I don't know. I think it was a good one for the outside decoration, which we'll hit in a moment. I just found a bath mat. Don't know if you saw, like, I think in the previous build session, I was doing the bathroom and the kids' rooms. I was desperately looking for a bath mat, couldn't find one, and then finally found one from the wellness pack there. So here we go. I think this is the start of the next. Yeah, here we go. This is me trying to work out corridor, and it becomes a failure. The great thing is Control Z works in this game. If you didn't know, you can just undo all of your build mistakes, which is fantastic. There's me going, why did my stairs just disappear? They're perfectly placed, my little ladder. Why did it disappear? Well, I think it's because the wall was just way too close. So yeah, I ended up basically creating the box room again, which I was like, why have I done this? And then I'm trying to work out how to get this corridor in. And in the end, I'm just like, that really reduces the space. The corridor's pointless. The Sims will just do what they want. They'll go through everything. And I was just like, they're not going to be that fast. As long as it isn't a bathroom that you're traipsing through, I think it's going to be okay. So at this point, I'm trying desperately to work out what I can do. I've got 19,000. I still feel like that's a lot of money. I'm like, okay, at this point, I probably should actually start working on the outside. We'll come back to Nox's office. Nox's office even isn't the most important part to me. I just discovered that I can move all of my freestanding stuff up onto the top floor of our section. I found a random light. Don't know when that sort of arrived, I don't know what was going on there. But it's been adding to my bills, which is very sad. Yeah, I discovered that I can put that on the top there. And I was like, okay, this is cool. I do need to find a way to get up there. And I'm hoping I can put one of those ladders on the outside so we can get to the top in case anything breaks down in the future. And this is me now starting on the outside. I really like what I did with the outside. I hope you guys do too, even. And yeah, flat roofs is not something that's easy in The Sims. I think I talked about it in when I did the review. It was in the last sort of rebuild. I didn't actually do a build video like this one. I just did it and then immediately did another episode of live play and talked through it a little bit. And I couldn't get the flat roof to work at all. So I ended up just leaving it blank. But you can see here I actually managed to put some flooring on it to make it feel like, you know, in quotation marks, make it feel like it's greenery's been added. Make it feel like it's got some feeling to it. And yeah, I'm kind of happy with the way it turned out in the end. Here I am just putting the entrance pavers in. Now there's a lot of landscaping still missing, by the way, from the finished piece, which you'll see. But I'm quite happy with where I ended up being. And this is the fence that I chose. I try to keep, because this is mainly on the eco pack, I do try to keep a lot of the items I use from the eco pack. One of the things that I noticed, for example, this is a really nice fencing. I thought it was lovely. And there isn't a gate for it. Like, there's no gates that are the same height. Nothing that truly matches. That one, I think, was the closest thing I found in the end. But I didn't rate it. Like, So this is me trying to find a good mailbox. Because, hey, I've been on the default mailbox since the start. I ended up really liking that sort of stone one with the flowers on top. I thought it was really pretty. But ended up thinking it just doesn't quite fit. And this one had a red swatch, which, considering it was right next to the red container box, I thought that was really good. So I don't know about you guys. In the UK, we typically actually have all of our property boundary fenced in. I was really annoyed I couldn't fence to the edge. And so I was trying to recreate that feeling. Now, I didn't know if you fence everything in, it becomes a room. and this is me struggling and getting confused with it and trying to work out, do I remove that fencing? I'm like, no, because we have kids now. Technically, I wouldn't want anyone from the street being able to take them. And I wanted that fence just for some realism. At this point, I realized that I could actually just put some grass in. Now, normally we would have a side gate. I just didn't like the gates with this particular fencing. I could have changed the fencing choice. I did look at that, but I just didn't like it. And yeah, we got some nice grass in the back, and I love it. So I can't remember what bit I started with. I think maybe I started with the dog zone. Yes. So this is me just shuffling around stuff because I think, you know, that's kind of main bit you end up doing. So I wanted to do a little bit of a dog zone for Tofu. Tofu's a really energetic dog, so considering the amount of land that we'd have, or we do have, should I say, I think it would make sense that you would do like a little agility bit. And I thought it made sense near the garbage can, like not to be nasty to the dog or anything, but you would, because it's not something you would use often. To me, it made sense. And yeah, let me know if you think I was just being mean to Tofu and Nox, because, you know, that's the two that will be spending time there. So now I'm like, okay, what we want a nice little patio area where we can have the barbecue, where we can do that component. So this is me just putting the patio in. I need to put some edging to the patio. You'll see that it just needs it from the end. I do manage to pull a lot of the areas and the zones together, but there is components that are just missing. Now this is actually CC. This is the Jardine content that's in the description below, I believe. But it is such a gorgeous garden pack. There's a little paddling pool, which I'm so excited to see the kids play with. I'm really excited, actually. I'm really happy that I did this a little bit before Eden grew up, because we could have ended up with Eden maybe not enjoying the patio. Now, we've had this table for a really long time, and I really like it. I love the succulents on the side of it. I think it's really beautiful. But I haven't had any chairs with the table. So here I am, finally getting that together. I'm having a look at the other tables. I was tempted because I was like maybe a parasol would be a little bit cheaper. We could do like in the UK we tend to have sort of like circular tables with chairs around it with a hole in the middle for the parasol to sort of go in. This is me realizing I need an area for my selling, because let's face it, Flora really, really does need to earn the cash after, because look, we're at 4,000. I think I spotted that, and I was going to sell that table. I was like, nope, we're gonna need it. And here I am trying to put some water features in, because we haven't had any water features. I really did want to get like maybe a little bit of a swimming pool component, but no, I couldn't. I don't think I can fit it in. Patchy's obviously still there. I'm gonna keep Patchy. Patchy just makes me laugh every time he's being like evil. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with Patchy properly, genuinely, but hey. So I'm at this point just trying to get all of my planters to match and be in a good place for our garden. And our garden's sort of like quite small, considering how much the Flora and Nox love the gardens. Maybe I should make it a little bit bigger, but hey. And I am just trying to fit everything in and trying to get like an idea. I wanted like the paddling pool to have like a little bit of seating by, because I imagined that like Flora could be doodling on a drawing pad, watching the kids in the paddling pool, making sure that they are safe, and so that's why that seating is on by the paddling pool there. Well, as I said, I was thinking of a swimming pool or a pond or something, but I A, don't have the cash, B, I'm just unsure of where to place it. Maybe in the far sort of right hand corner if you're looking at the property from the front. But hey, so now always the thing that gets me every time in this particular challenge, which is lighting. I think I did okay in the end. I discovered that the kitchen is just not lit at all, and I really should fix that probably in a future episode when we got some more cash. I was very much trying to find good options that were sort of off the grid based, and I ended up finding some really pretty options. I'm very excited to see what it looks like outside at night. I haven't looked yet, so I am excited. We got everything lit up. The patio bit, I think, should have enough lighting. We'll find out. And if it doesn't, we'll have to add some more in the future. And the lighting for the wellness zone here is where I'm just about to sort of find and put in place. And you can see that the wellness zone is not really come together yet, but I end up actually finding this divider and I really liked it. And it comes from the wellness pack, which I thought was quite fitting. So sort of like a divider. I think it's called a divider. Yeah, holy moly divider. So you can literally just divide up your sort of area here. So that is the wellness zone right next to the garden. I thought that was really pretty. And at this point, stuff started going red and I was like, uh-oh, okay. So yeah, I was trying to find a way to light up the kitchen, but, well, we're going to go in and have a look now. And here we are back in the game. So I've just got it playing for the moment so the guys can sort of work out where on earth they're going, what they're doing. The kids ended up, they were in bed. They're no longer in bed. So hopefully they can sort themselves out and they can enjoy their time here. So this is the final build. I do hope you enjoyed the build video. I'm aware that I need to get better at building in Sims and also at doing the voiceover, so hopefully that was enjoyable. Look at this lovely little water feature. Oh, it's so pretty. Hi Tofu, it's your job agency calling. Just a friendly reminder that there are plenty of gigs available to work on. If you're interested in earning some money, no pressure. Why is Tofu the dog getting jobs? I'm very confused here. But yeah, so hopefully Nox, when he gets back, isn't too shocked at the complete change. I really do like the new build. I hope you guys do too. Let me know in the comments what you think I should have done differently, whether or not you think the fencing was a bit much. Like, I'm really interested to hear your guys' thoughts. And yeah, I am very excited to get on to the next episode and we can see Little Eden level up, grow up even. And maybe the kids here. Why don't you play in the paddling pool? Yeah. We can ask Clement Frost. Clement's here? Okay, fair enough. I am getting distracted because I just want to play with my new build now, clearly. So what I'll do is I will say thank you very much for watching, for liking, for commenting, for subscribing, all of that amazing stuff you guys do. And of course, a very, very special thank you to my wonderful Patreons. Their names are scrolling across the screen as I speak. And I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.